Welcome back, everyone, to Tuesday night D&D. Indeed, rolling the dice again. That's right. Well, when we last left, you guys were very close to Ravensport, and a mile or two out after your long trek back from Eladon's land.
With Pirate Steve.
No, with Stephen.
Stephen.
With Stephen,
Right.
yes.
Pirate Steve with Stephen. Who still keeps asking why is he dressed as a stinky pirate.
And how old was he again? I don't know, he was the bloody
Like cabin boy age.
deckhand. Yeah, like, you know, probably what, 12? I'd say at the time.
Who knows, yeah. Alright. Well.
So you're relating that into human years, and Stephen is not human.
Oh, that is correct.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. So
Uh,
that's the correlation I see you drawing there. But nonetheless,
yeah.
Alright, well let's...
it's mid-afternoon and Ravensport is in sight, and your hearts lift a little bit.
Yep.
To see what is really home base and has been for a while inside.
Oh, I just had a fucking snaffle of an idea.
Yeah?
Jim, we have to talk after.
Alright, let's do that.
Okay, without Dizzy. Excellent.
No, it's about the game though. So I'm like, this is the thing, I'm like, I don't know. No, yeah. Okay.
You
Cool.
don't stop talking the whole time we're playing, man. So what's the fucking difference? Where's the bell? Get the bell. Get the bell.
Yeah, I'm
man.
gonna
We gotta get the bell.
I'll get the fucking
We'll put the fucking bell on the shed this time so your kids don't drive you nuts with
It's
it.
bad.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
Well, we'll
But
work
it's
it.
good. It's a great idea.
I'll hear it
Oh,
out.
it's an idea. Your peers will judge you whether it's great or not, I suppose. But
20 minutes later.
Alright, Barkus, I think we should take our young Stephen here to Mistress Kirsten for safekeeping for a brief moment whilst we have a chat.
Sure.
Once we hit the town.
That makes sense, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, let's do that. We'll introduce you to one of our friends, Stephen. Very nice lady.
Yeah. She will assist hopefully with helping you with some of the things that you need help with.
then he's like, who is this lady?
Wow, wait until we get there and we will introduce you.
Yeah.
I don't like surprises.
Oh, fuck. Well, can we just leave it at that? He's a kid, right? So no need to delve into further conversation.
Stephen.
Yeah,
That's who
Stephen.
it is. It's Stephen.
All right, well, let's keep walking through, you know, towards Ravenport.
Yep.
I guess.
So you cover the last mile or two with your hearts a bit higher and spirits a bit happier. You walk through the north gate, and as you're heading towards the general vicinity of Mistress Kirsten's ye olde shoppy, you walk past the blacksmith, and he's like, "Hey boys, he calls you over.
G'day!
Hey, g'day.
Corn,
g'day.
Bjorn Kegskull,
That's
that's the
right,
one,
yep,
right?
Bjorn
Fuck,
Kegskull, master
can't
blacksmith.
remember that, Jesus.
He says,
3 years, the
"My
same
cousin has sent you your due for looking after his mine and helping clear it out
wow.
of."
Excellent. Thank you, Bjorn.
Thank you for
Well,
that.
what
at
what are
least
the
clearing
spoils?
it out of the elemental that they'd disturbed?
Yeah. We got most of the other things.
Well, he says the mine was in quite a lot of disrepair, and the fact that you killed the Stone Guardians as well too.
Yes, there was
Yeah.
some incidences which, unfortunately, it was our life or theirs, and you know, we
Number
stand
of
here
rust-
before you.
The number of rust monsters you'd professed you'd put to the sword, well, you know, let's say the cousin wasn't very happy.
Oh well, we do.
But
apologise.
nonetheless, he has come up with some coin for you in the form of gold ingots.
Ooh,
For
fantastic.
ease of
Dissipation.
oh, not so much dissipation, but for ease of carrying around,
Value,
you know.
amount,
Yeah,
mass value,
yeah. So he ushers you in to the open front of the shop, and the table out the back, he lifts a a cloth off it, and there's 50 golden
50 gold ingots.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Thank you very
Alright,
much.
so each of them weighs a pound.
Yeah.
All right.
That's 50 pounds.
How much does 10 gold coins weigh? 1 pound.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
So that's your value.
Okay.
50 ingots, and they'll weigh a pound. They're equivalent to 10 gold.
So 1 to 10. So 500 gold, yeah?
Effectively, but
Yeah.
In ingot.
In ingot.
in small,
Yeah.
small
So 50
ingots.
So have to
kilo,
be smelted
50
down or
yeah.
used as whole
That's what
price.
they do.
Yeah.
Smelted some stuff down. You know,
Nice.
it's not just always iron they find in the mine. They
Yeah.
It's true.
sometimes come across rarer veins. And
Well, Bjorn, thank your cousin. We do apologise again for the disrepair of the mine and some other things, but as we said, it was just an unfortunate necessity in order for us to survive. If there is anything in the future that your cousin may need help with, please feel free to let him know that we are, I guess, potentially able to help out with whatever may arise in the future.
True that.
he says he will, and he thanks you again and reminds you that a friend of the dwarfs is a friend forever, whereas an enemy is an enemy for generations. But he thanks you and gives you his cousin's thanks as well
Thank
for
you.
what you managed to achieve.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Thanks for that.
He suggests that possibly had the outcome been different, there may have been more ingots under the
Sure.
cloth, but nonetheless.
Yeah.
We understand.
Yeah. And we did our best. So thanks for that.
Chile, just be careful, mate.
That's a lot of weight to carry around, isn't it?
50 pounds.
Yeah.
It's a bit.
It would be the same weight as you carrying 500 coins of whatever
True.
sort and type.
How much can we carry?
Well, you guys are
pounds.
quite beefy, so I'm
Yeah.
not going to worry about it too much yet. But you don't have lots of coin anyway.
Yeah, cool.
So-
So all good. Don't have to worry about that. Sweet.
So Jim, you can carry it quite easily
Yeah.
in your backpack. All right.
Yeah, well, I'll
Sit
take
at the
it.
bottom of your backpack. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
You got that ledger down, mate?
Yeah, it's here.
Cool.
Yeah.
If you're keeping the books, that's
Yeah.
good because then I have to fuck my shit up.
No, you're good.
All right. Well, onward off to Mistress Kirsten.
Yeah.
20 minutes later.
Yeah. Cool. So you go up the road to Mistress Kirsten's. You
Yep.
open the door, and the little bell goes ding as you enter ye olde shoppy. And Mistress Kirsten's sitting at the table with Strauser and Amadeus from the Elven Council, and they look up as the bell rings, and it's like, "Oh, you've returned," Mistress Kirsten says.
Yes.
Praise the gods. Praise the gods.
Yeah, we returned with a tablet actually as well.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah.
Hey. Yeah. Okay. We'll deal with that first. I guess.
Aye.
All right. Let's go.
Yeah, I'll get.
No, deal with it
yeah.
first. All good.
All right. Yeah. Hi.
Welcome, Jim, to Tuesday night D&D.
Thank you for the welcoming return, Mistress Kirsten and council members. We have literally just returned from battle wherever we were in the caves of Doomsville and stuff and things and
Yeah.
Dimension and shit.
Yeah.
And upon our return, we bring forth to you a tablet that we found through our journey.
Looks similar to the one you found beneath the sewers.
That's
yes.
right. Yeah.
Yes.
I believe we think that it may be of use to the council.
Yeah. That's my thoughts on it.
Well, definitely it's
Yeah.
information, so...
I'll let you have it. I'll pull it out of my backpack. Let you have a look at it. See.
Yeah, she's not gonna... That's for Kaz to do, man.
Oh, right,
Alright,
yeah.
that's the whole point. She mentions
Cool.
that she knows that
Yeah.
Morgaine has always been quite
Jelly, leave it alone.
the scholar of old languages, so
Yeah.
as much as it would please her to... Oh, and she'll obviously look at it, but she believes Morgaine's strengths lay in that area.
Yeah.
She'll have some insight for you, I'm quite sure.
May
Was that it?
may I ask a quick favour, Mistress Kirsten?
Is that all you have to report? A stone tablet?
No. There was also.
Yeah.
Hang on. Well,
That's. Maybe we should have that talk first. Maybe we need to look after Stephen, don't we?
I think we should.
Yeah.
Look, excuse us for a few hours, Mistress Kirsten. It has been a long trip back, and we were not quite prepared for this. If you would just give us a brief moment, we will return in a couple of hours to resume this conversation. We are tired and weary and need some rest.
Very good, very good.
Ding-a-ling, ding-ding. Come along, Steve.
Do you want to head to the Rat and
I
Cheese?
think just head to the Rat and Cheese
Yeah.
and we'll get a room for the night
Sure.
and we'll put Stephen in his own
That's
room
right.
and just,
Yep.
you know,
Yep,
yeah.
that's right.
All right.
So we'll head off to the Rat and Cheese.
Yep.
And ding ding.
Ding-a-ling.
Did you want a rum there, Pirate Steve? Stephen, did you want a rum?
No, that's evil firewater. No.
That's fair enough.
Excellent. Look, let us get a room for the night, Stephen, so you may rest up and you can then attend to whatever you need to at a later time. How does that sound? We'll get you a meal and...
That sounds very nice.
Excellent. All right, so let's go to the barkeep and...
Yeah, we'll
barkeep?
what's it going to cost for a meal there, barkeep?
It's
my
a gold for a bit of a feed and a room for the night.
Well, I've got 35. I'll knock it down to 32 and pay for us all.
All right, if you want. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
sweet.
dude, we got 500 ingots. I
Yeah,
don't
it's
care.
true.
You know, it's all good.
Make it rain.
Make it rain.
Make it rain. Make it rain.
Excellent. So let's go trundle off and put Stephen in his,
Yeah.
you know.
Show Stephen to his room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
After
you know.
he's had something to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah. And,
say
you know, once we escort into our room, we'll, you know, obviously have rooms either side, I assume, in the inn. And
Well, depending, you have a room, whether it's next to each other or
Oh,
the
that's
same
cool.
room.
Same room, all
it
good.
differs at all times. As
well, we will just depart the room that Stephen is in.
Yeah.
We will just depart the room that Stephen is in, so he does not discern our conversation.
Yeah, and we'll leave the Rat and Cheese, eh?
Don't have to leave the Rat and Cheese. You've got to leave the room,
Yep.
so he can't hear us.
Okay.
It's my thoughts at least, anyway.
Yeah.
Now look, going out on a limb here.
Yeah.
Right. But fucking the old witch lady, she needs a kid for a sacrifice, right?
All right.
What do we got here? We got Pirate Steve that uses all our rum. Costs us the fucking part of our thing. Now don't get me wrong, this is obviously, you know, I love Pirate Steve. He's a great addition to the team. So again, Pirate Steve can't hear this, but you know, colluding behind the back scenes. What if we offer him up as the child sacrifice?
No way, man. No way,
Dude,
brother.
look, he's a part of the port.
We
He
can't-
believes so much in Holy
No,
Solely.
no.
No, but like, not so much as like to get him killed, but like a sacrifice to the witch lady to get the demon out of him. Like, because how else are we going to get it out? We can ask the Elven Council and shit, but they're not going to be like, you know, because Dizzy Pop just said before, not human. So.
that means he's not human PC. It's not like he's subhuman or an
Yeah.
evil fucking.
No,
Was it
no,
elf
but
or
the,
something,
wasn't it?
the
Yeah.
spirit that inhabits him is not human, and it is a child spirit. And what was it that the witch in the fucking sewers needed? She needed a child, right?
Yeah, but
So, like, the soul of a child is really the basis of what is needed for whatever thing. Is it not possible that potentially, and I don't know if the DM wants to go along with this and play, like, maybe, you know, story play this, and, like, that's something that you can now do with the witch or whatever. I don't know how the game works like that, but, you know.
I think with the
You know what I'm saying?
with him
Role
not being
playing?
with him not being human or whatever, I think that's more to do with the half elf. Yeah.
Yeepers.
Yeah. Cheers, bro.
Um,
So I don't know if he's like possessed. It doesn't mean that he's possessed or anything like that. It's just he's not from a human. He's not. He's got half elf. He's got elven blood in him as well.
yeah.
So he's not
Keep
necessarily
forgetting
human
that.
per se.
But Pirate Steve's human, right? Pirate Steve's not from another realm. Is that what
He's
was that what you
half
were saying
elf.
before?
That's what.
Oh, Steve's half elf.
Okay, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
scratch
Mate,
everything I guess
mate
I've
was
said
half
then.
elf.
But
Yeah.
like, you know.
No, we can't sacrifice Pirate Steve.
Well, dude,
Or-
that's the thing. I don't want to sacrifice him.
Yeah.
But like, you know, if the spirit in him is like taken over for whatever reason, then it's not actually him. It's like a demonic possession in him, even though he's a spiritual thing himself. Like maybe they could take the kid one. That's kind of what I was thinking. But anyway, cool. All right, no Pirate Steve.
No, but having
good.
said that, we don't necessarily need for Stephen to know about the Bane of Skeksis. Having said that, because at the moment, until Stephen's fixed, we don't know if we can trust.
I don't even know if sometimes we can trust Pirate
Yeah.
Steve based on his previous comments.
But
You know.
he's always been good to us. But
Oh,
yeah,
he has.
I reckon we go back to Mistress Kirsten, have a look, tell her about the Bane of Skeksis,
And maybe perhaps ask about if there is anything the elven magic of the council can do to return Pirate Steve
Yeah.
to his normal self.
Yeah.
Probably maybe get to that first. What do you reckon?
Let's do that.
Yeah. All right. Sweet.
All right. Off to Mistress Kirsten again.
Who's going?
Well, maybe one of us should stay.
Yeah. One of us will say
With Stephen.
keep an eye on Stephen.
Yeah.
So I mean, or whatever. I can.
I'm
stay.
happy to
Why don't
stay.
you just bring him with you?
Well, is he awake still?
He's up in his room.
Okay. Cool. Let's
But
go get
to
him.
me, it's more about a trust thing at that point. I
In
mean, we were
what
just
regard?
in with Mrs. Or was the only reason so that you could run that by me?
That was the only because I
Okay.
needed to get rid of the fucking
Yeah.
the kid to make sure that he didn't hear the plan because
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
Disney's always saying
Yeah,
you got to
sure.
role play. So it's like
Yeah.
well, I can't just be like oh hey because then I've said it in front of the
Yeah.
kid and that defeats the purpose.
No,
so
that makes sense. All right.
I guess that is kind of how the game's meant to be played, right? Right,
Yeah.
Disney?
Yeah.
To an
Yeah.
extent. So yeah, cool.
Well,
Let's go get Pirate or Stephen
go get Stephen, sure.
and head back to Mistress Kirsten.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we
Ding-a-ling.
head back.
Cool. Ding-a-ling, back to the oldie shoppy.
Yeah.
It's probably been maybe about an hour. He's like, oh, you're back. Are you rested after your travels?
Oh yeah, certainly.
We have regained our wits, hopefully, at least.
We wanted to
Excellent.
show you an artifact that we found while we were after we dealt with Eladon.
As well as
Oh, what had become of Eladon?
Well, let's just say Eladon presented in one aspect or other,
yeah.
and didn't want to relinquish the Bane of Skeksis. And so yeah, we had to she launched herself at us and we had to defend ourselves. And as a result we found that tablet and the Bane of what I believe is the Bane of Skeksis, but I'll just show you this mighty artifact that we found.
Excellent. So you pull out the big head of the maul and put it on the table,
Yeah.
and Amadeus looks at it quizzically, and then he looks at Strauzel. She looks at it. She looks at Mistress Kirsten, and Strauzel says, "Yes, definitely, that is the head of the Bane of Skeksis."
Nice.
So now we need to find the handle, I guess.
They're
Excellent.
quite certain, given where it come from, they don't believe that casting spells to divine its nature. They
Yeah.
according to legend, that's what it looks like. That's
Excellent.
where you've gotten it from. But it is only the head of the Bane of Skeksis.
Yes. So where do you think is there anywhere you think we may find the shaft for the Bane of Skeksis?
And then Amadeus says, that's the same as your previous question, almost, as if we knew where these artifacts were, then none of us would be here today.
Well, we have got the tablet.
That's correct.
Yes.
And Mistress Kirsten says that could be a clue.
So the other situation is that Pirate Steve's
Turned
had a
into
turn.
yes, somewhat of a child version of himself.
Yeah.
Mistress Kirsten's eyes, eyebrow peers up and explain his behaviour.
Well, he seems to have
And since when has this occurred?
quite recently.
This occurred when we appear to have vanquished what was the thing?
Eladon.
The Eladon. It was after we had a long rest after escaping the caves, after we defeated Eladon, and the ruins came down around us, and then we had travelled for some days, and then on the third day that we woke, it appeared to us that Pirate Steve had turned into a child version of himself, remembering himself as a deckhand on the ship of thing, whatever the fuck that ship was
Yes,
called.
the ship, the Insidious.
The
That's
Insidious,
right, yes.
correct.
Yes. Yes.
It took some convincing to get him to follow us back to Ravensport to assist in returning Pirate Steve back to his former self, hopefully with the help of the Elven Council, considering he is half Elven.
And Steve's with you at the time?
Yeah.
He lets out a thing like a and Mr. Kirsten says, yes, I know this Stephen. And she says, hello Stephen, how are you? And Steve's like, oh, Mistress Kirsten, pretty lady. He goes all red and she says, Stephen, I've told you about that disgusting snorting. It's uncivilized. Please stop it.
So this
And
is
he's like, oh yes, Mistress Kirsten. and then it's like he's sweating blood and sort of looks away.
Yeah.
She shakes her head. She says, "Yes, we know of Stephen. Stephen was rescued by Captain Mercurio of the Insidious. They found him in a dinghy in the middle of the ocean, just south, well, quite a few nautical miles south of Ravensport. So we know of Stephen, and yeah, she knows the story, and she thinks she's got an answer."
Excellent. Well, would you be able to elaborate on that story a bit more, Mistress Kirsten, and
Yep.
potentially provide us with the solution that we seek?
Yep, she says that it's happened before. This has.
Okay. In
When-
recent times?
When Stephen, and before she starts to explain, she has a quick whisper in Strausel's ear, and Strausel goes up to Stephen and says, "Stephen, do you like magic?" And he's like, "Oh, I love magic." Mrs. Gerson give him the daggers, and he like, he loves magic. So come with me, Stephen. We'll go outside and I'll show you some magic. And
Nice.
like, and off he goes.
Yeah.
And Amadeus is, he just like,
Shakes his
he's
head.
not normally impressed, and he's just looking at this guy like, who is this fucking guy? Yeah.
Yeah.
So Mistress Kirsten says, so the story you've heard about Stephen, how he came to work on the Insidious, and they took him on board as a cabin boy, as he's obviously abandoned. Well, this is some years ago now.
Yeah.
And Stephen helped the cook and scrubbed the decks, helped the ship's doctor where he could. So with his time aboard the Insidious, he's picked up a variety of skills. And it wasn't until one night, after celebrating quite a very successful and lucrative voyage, that the crew finally convinced Stephen to come to the Rat and Cheese and have a couple of ales and whatnot. And as young Stephen, never been a drinker before or much, he used to spend most of his time, even when the ship was in dock, on board, keeping to himself. They all dragged him out pretty well, kicking and screaming, and the story goes that Stephen got so drunk he had passed out, and when he woke up, the ship had left. The Insidious had left on their next voyage to another nearby port, and Stephen was so beside himself, knowing that Cookie relied on him, and so did the doctor and the crew who was going to scrub the decks, and he was beside himself, so upset. But herein not lies the tragedy. The tragedy is that no one ever heard from the Insidious again. The ship never returned to port. Cookie, Captain Mercurio, the doctor, all his shipmate friends were never seen again.
Well,
Even to this day, and that day was 30 years ago.
Wow.
Close to.
one would say it might almost be a fortunate twist of fate to have not
not
boarded
really,
that ship.
because Stephen took it very hard, and that's when he started drinking to try and blind out the memories of him not being there, letting them down in their hour of need.
Wow.
Wow,
And so over a
that's
period
strange.
of months, Stephen started to withdraw into himself, and we started to see less of Stephen. And it's almost like Stephen wasn't there one day, and the next day there was Pirate Steve.
Right on.
And Pirate Steve's been we can't say law-abiding citizen, but he's been a citizen of Ravensport for a good 10 years.
Well, how is it then that it has come to pass that he reverts to his former self?
Oh, that's simple. That's simple. When did he last have a drink?
Oh, right.
Did we drink rum? Oh, so he hasn't had
He
a
might
drink.
have run out, and he just hasn't told anyone. That's what's happened.
Okay, so
Oh,
it's
no,
been,
no.
it's been
When you
quite
check when you
It's-
watch them, you'll see.
it's been quite some time since he's had a drink.
Well,
Several days, I believe.
There you go. There you go. This tends to happen. Not very often, as you can understand, because Pirate Steve never short of a bottle of rum.
Right.
Never short.
Would it be
Whether he's begged, borrowed, or stolen,
Yeah.
it doesn't
Well, we
matter.
better get
would
a
it be
drink.
beneficial
And/or
for
performed,
Stephen to
We,
look further into the demise of the Insidious whilst he's like this? You know, because I recall Pirate Steve mentioning about how his ship sunk at the dock, like
yeah.
when we first met him.
Yeah.
Like, is that the Insidious that he refers to?
No, the Insidious is a merchant marine vessel.
Yeah, so...
It's a fine, it is, who knows, it was a fine seagoing vessel.
Alright, well, I guess for now, if this is something that might occur again in the future, from time to occasion, like, we should get some drink into him for now and try and rouse him back to his former self and then work it from there. What do you reckon, Barkus?
I reckon get a drink into him.
What do you
for
reckon,
sure.
Mistress Kirsten? You think it
Yeah.
would be wise?
She says the plan that's
Counsel?
worked before is we give Steve, or I give Steve his medicine, which will be water with some herbs and slightly laced with rum. And over the period of some time, the amount of water
Yeah.
will drop slowly, and so will the amount of rum will increase steadily in his
Yes.
medicine.
Nice.
And over a short period of time, he should come good.
Chilling,
Okay.
leave it
It's
alone.
worked in the past.
Well, let's go get to the rat and cheese, I think.
Well, he's with us
Yeah.
right now, so is this something that you would be willing to perform again for us, Mistress Kirsten?
Yes, I certainly can.
We'll
Thank
go
you
get
very
some-
much.
we'll
Well,
go
we
get
will
a bottle
leave
of medicine.
Stephen with you
Yeah.
and
We'll go and
check
come
back in with you in the morning, perhaps.
Sure, no problem.
All right.
When Pirate Steve returns to his former self, would you please let him know that we would like to see him straight away if he's, you know, when he's roused from his
Certainly.
thing.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Maybe just one of us just go get the medicine and come back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but well, Mistress Kirsten's going to take care of that, correct? Or do we
She'll
need to get
prepare
medicine?
it.
Yeah.
Okay, oh yeah, cool. Well then one of us, yeah.
Yeah.
Go get medicine then.
Yeah.
Go, be gone.
I've gone
Sweet.
off to rat and
Ding-a-ling.
cheese.
Yeah.
Medicine. Get 2 bottles of medicine.
I know it's cold.
2 bottles
You
of
want to
rum.
sit out here,
Yeah.
bro? What do you want?
All
Like,
right.
And so what's that going to cost?
I can't do much. about that.
Mistress Kirsten thinks you'll need more than 2.
Well, let's get 6 bottles
That
of
sounds
medicine.
good. That's a good round figure.
Yeah. So what's that going to cost?
Gold each.
Yeah, fair enough, yeah. Thank you, good barkeep. Shall see you
Whereas
shortly.
Mitchell, thank you for your custom.
Head back.
Nothing but the finest. in the
Mistress
ranch.
Kirsten, I've procured some medicine.
Excellent. And by medicine, I hope you mean rum.
It certainly is medicine, Mistress Kirsten,
Excellent.
for good Stephen, so he
Excellent.
gets better.
So she takes the half dozen bottles off you.
Yeah.
It goes at the back to prepare a concoction of sorts.
Nice. And meanwhile, well, it's still like midday or something, isn't it? It's not that far in a day. I don't think.
No, it was mid-afternoon.
Oh,
It's,
okay.
it's like late afternoon now.
Sure.
Almost early evening.
Yeah. Well, let's just head back to Rat and Cheese. And I guess Stephen will be right to stay at Mistress Kirsten's for the night, or how's that
Oh
going to
no,
work?
Stephen's not staying here.
Yeah,
No,
sure.
No.
Okay. I might just wait at Mistress...
Whilst I am empathetic with your plight,
Sure.
Stephen doesn't live here.
Yeah, that's
no,
fair.
No,
Cool.
no.
Mistress Kirsten,
Well-
I might just hang here with you whilst Stephen gets his medicine, just to make sure
Yeah,
Stephen's
yeah.
alright.
Or if you would even like to accompany us back to the Rat and Cheese, where it can be done in our quarters, if that
She
so suits the
she
lady.
delightfully like no, I don't go to the Rat and Cheese.
Yeah.
No.
It's pretty fair.
Alright then, well, we will hang until...
Far prefer the
Yeah.
Alfred wine bar down the road. is a night D&D. Come have a drink of rum with Pirate Steve.